Getting ahead with money doesn't mean being rich, it means setting the right goals even if you're starting from zero. In this video, I'll share your first 3 money goals. Saving $500 for emergencies, avoiding overdraft fees, and opening your first investment account. If you're ready to take small steps that lead to big financial wins, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more simple money tips. When money feels tight, the idea of setting financial goals can seem impossible. Maybe you're living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to cover bills, or constantly worried about overdraft fees draining what little you have. But here's the truth. Building a stronger financial future doesn't start with huge, overwhelming steps like buying a house or retiring early. It begins with small, realistic goals that create momentum and give you control over your money. Even if you're broke right now, you can make progress by focusing on 3 simple money goals. Creating a small savings cushion, avoiding unnecessary fees, and opening your very first investment account. To keep this actionable and relatable, let's break it down as a countdown from 10 to 1, moving step by step until we reach the 3 goals that matter most when starting out. Point 10. Shift your mindset about money. The first barrier to financial progress isn't the size of your paycheck. It's your mindset. If you constantly tell yourself, "I'll never get ahead," or "I'm just bad with money," those beliefs will hold you back. Many people in tough financial situations convince themselves that saving is pointless because they can't save enough. But here's the truth. $5 saved is infinitely more than $0. Think of it like exercise. If you've never worked out, one push-up may not transform your body, but it's still a beginning. The same is true for money. Every small step adds up. Instead of focusing on what you can't do, shift to what you can. Maybe you can't save $1,000 today, but can you save $10 by skipping a takeout meal? That small action matters more than waiting for a perfect moment that may never come. Point 9. Track where every dollar goes. Have you ever gotten paid, only to wonder 2 weeks later where the money disappeared? You're not alone. Most people have at least some mystery spending each month. That's why the next step is tracking every dollar. I once worked with someone who swore they couldn't save a dime. After tracking their spending, they realized they were spending $120 a month on delivery fees and subscriptions they'd forgotten about. With a few cancellations and cooking at home once a week, they redirected that money into savings. What felt impossible suddenly became achievable, just by seeing where their dollars were going. Point 8. Cut just one expense that doesn't add value. When money is tight, the idea of cutting expenses feels like punishment. That's why I recommend trimming only one thing that doesn't actually add value to your life. Could be a subscription you never use, a habit like daily coffee that doesn't taste better than what you could make at home, or impulse buys that pile up. For example, a friend realized she was spending nearly $80 a month on beauty subscription boxes. She loved the idea of them, but admitted half the products sat unused in a drawer. By canceling, she freed up almost $1,000 a year. That money went directly into her emergency fund, giving her financial security instead of unused lipstick. Point 7. Build a bare-bones emergency fund, $500 target. Now we arrive at the first official money goal, saving $500. You might think $500 isn't much, but here's why it's powerful. Without any savings, even a small crisis, a flat tire, a surprise bill, or a broken appliance, can push you into debt. Suddenly you're paying interest on a credit card, which makes things worse. But with $500 in savings, you can cover most small emergencies. That money acts like a shield, protecting you from setbacks. And saving it doesn't have to be overwhelming. If you put away just $10 a week, you'll reach $500 in a year. Point 6. Stop paying overdraft and late fees. The second money goal is just as important. Avoiding unnecessary fees. Overdraft charges, late fees, and bank penalties are like leaks in a sinking boat. You work hard for your money. Why let banks and credit card companies take it for nothing? For example, many banks charge $35 each time your account goes negative. If that happens a few times a month, you could easily lose hundreds a year. Late credit card payments? Another $30 to $40 each time, plus interest. The solution is part awareness, part systems. First, turn off overdraft protection if your bank allows it. it often costs more than it helps. Second, set up automatic reminders for bills, or even better, autopay for minimum payments. And third, use your $500 cushion to avoid going negative in the first place. Eliminating these fees is like giving yourself a raise. That's money you can redirect toward goals that actually matter. Point 5. Open your first investment account. Here's where things get exciting. Your third money goal is to open an investment account, even if you don't have much to invest. Thanks to fractional shares, you can own a piece of companies like Apple or Amazon for as little as $5. Why does this matter? Because investing, not just saving, is how you build wealth over time. Savings accounts barely beat inflation, but investing in stocks or index funds allows your money to compound. Compounding is when your money earns money, and then those earnings earn money too. Over years, the effect snowballs into real wealth. Imagine starting with just $20 a month. At a 7% annual return, that tiny habit grows into over $5,000 in 10 years. Not bad for what most people spend on snacks or streaming services. The key isn't the amount, it's starting the habit. Point 4. Automate your progress. Here's the secret sauce. Automation. Relying on willpower to save or invest is risky because life always gets in the way. But if you set up automatic transfers like $10 a week into savings or $25 a month into investments, you remove the decision altogether. Think of it as paying your future self first. You'll adjust to living on what's left, just like you already adjust to taxes being taken out of your paycheck. Over time, automation builds momentum without stress. Point 3. Celebrate small wins along the way. Money can feel like a long, lonely journey if you don't acknowledge progress. That's why celebrating small wins is crucial. Did you save your first $100? That's a win. Did you avoid overdraft fees for an entire month? Another win. Did you finally buy your first fractional share? That's huge. Celebrating doesn't mean spending money. It can be as simple as writing it down in a journal, sharing your progress with a friend, or treating yourself to a free reward, like a favorite activity. Recognizing milestones keeps you motivated and reminds you that progress is happening, even when it feels slow. Point 2. Keep learning as you grow. Your financial journey doesn't stop with 3 goals. It expands as you grow. The more you learn, the more powerful you become. Start small, watch videos on budgeting, listen to podcasts about investing, or side hustles. Think of financial knowledge like a language. At first, it feels foreign, but with exposure, you start to understand more and more. Soon, words like compound interest or index fund won't feel intimidating. They'll feel like tools you can actually use. Point 1. Focus on momentum, not perfection. Finally, remember this: financial success is not about perfection. You will make mistakes. You may dip into your savings. You may forget a bill. That's okay. What matters is momentum. Saving $500, avoiding fees, and starting to invest may sound small, but these goals create the foundation for everything that comes next. Don't wait for the right time. Don't wait until you make more money. Start today, even with $5, even with baby steps. Momentum is the real secret. Money progress doesn't have to be complicated. By building a small savings cushion, staying out of fees, and starting your first investment account, you're already on the path to financial security. If this video helped you see where to start, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more practical money strategies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.